Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from CNN. It was published April 17th. It's written by Amir Vera and Randy Kane. Which she spells her name with an I. Ooh, you're so edgy. Your parents were so edgy, I should say. But anyway, they're not liking the fact that what's happening with the easing of the restrictions and stuff like that, people are showing that they're not going to play along, that they're sick and tired, that they're not, they can keep pushing their narrative of, oh, people need to stay in their homes. But people are done with that. And they can't deal with it. And that's why I wanted to cover this article, because it's a sign of how the people aren't going to follow what the legacy media is telling them, what CNN has been cramming down their throats. Oh, and they don't like that that's not working, that it's not happening. Anyway, Jacksonville beaches reopen in Florida as states begin easing stay-at-home restrictions. See, you can't go to the beach. You need to stay locked up in your home because of grandma. Now, don't get me wrong. We should minimize, the possibility of infection and death for the elderly population, but they're literally taking and using grandma as a human shield to push their bullshit. So anyway, let's get into this. So, beaches and parks in Jacksonville, Florida reopened Friday afternoon as more states consider easing restrictions put in place to battle the Wu flu pandemic. The scene at Jacksonville Beach wasn't one of caution in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. Oh, no, it wasn't. What, people aren't listening to you anymore? They're not buying into your bullshit because the deaths are far lower? You said that if we did everything perfect, there would be 1 to 200,000 deaths. If we had everything dead on balls, accurate, and we did it perfectly? And that's not happening. No one's doing shit perfectly? Okay. So you don't like that they're crowding to the beach, that they're showing up in large crowds. Okay, whatever. Crowds cheered and flooded the beach when police took the barriers down. People were seen swimming, biking, surfing, running, and fishing. Oh no, heaven friggin' forbid. They were fishing? Oh no, that's kind of like a solitary thing. I mean, you usually are more than 6 feet apart because you don't want to cast into each other. But hey, I wouldn't expect you two people to understand something like that. Running, you're going to be a distance from people. You're not hanging out with them. Surfing, you're out in the middle of the fucking ocean by yourself. You're off the coast by yourself on a board. Come on now. Swimming, okay. What? You're going to have maybe someone near you within several feet, but it's still going to be probably more than 6 feet? Come on now. Social distancing seemed to be the last thing on anyone's mind Friday. Yes, because you've basically browbeat them with the shit so much that they need to social distance, that they need to stay in their homes, that you got to do it to save grandma, and that we should have coof camps and the country should be locked down for 18 months because you've pushed that shit on CNN and other news outlets have pushed it. They're fed up. They're done. They don't want to deal with that. They just want to get on with their lives. But heaven forbid they do that, because you say that they should be doing this, that, and the other thing, and they don't want to do it. Some residents told CNN not being able to go to the beach was torture. People were out with their towels, coolers, and sunbathing. There were very few masks. You're in a wide open area. Come on now. You're not in a confined space. You're literally out in the open. Oh, no. How dare these people? This is ridiculous. Beaches will be open from 6 to 11 a.m. and from 5 to 8 p.m. daily, with some restrictions, according to Jacksonville's website. Recreational activities such as running, biking, hiking, and swimming will be permitted during this soft reopening, the city's website said. Okay. So basically, it's back to business as usual with a restricted schedule. And you don't like that. Despite the scene at the beach Friday, excuse me. Let me just restart there. Didn't mean to belch in your ears if you heard it. Despite the scene at the beach Friday, the city's website said activities such as sunbathing or any type of group activity will not be allowed at beaches during the restricted hours, and items like towels, blankets, chairs, coolers, and grills will not be permitted on the beach. So basically, you don't like the fact that the people said fuck you to that too, and they're just going to go out and live their lives now? See, you've lost control. Just admit it. Your narrative is failing. The deaths have not reached the level that you were claiming, and people are done with your bullshit. Deal with it. And then they put the tweet where it says that, no chairs, coolers, bathing, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this can be the beginning back to a pathway to normal life. Mayor Lenny Curry said, please respect and follow these limitations. Stay within the guidelines for your safety as well for the safety of your neighbors. People are just going to do what they're going to do, but whatever. People were excited to be able to get back out onto the sand. It's public property. They should have been able to go out on the sand in the first place anyways, regardless, because you have a right to freely travel. You have a right to peaceably assemble. I mean, they kind of overstepped their powers, but whatever. I mean, I understand we got a pandemic. You can say we recommend this, but you can't just say you can't travel here. You don't have the power to supersede the Constitution. Those are rights endowed onto man, not by government, but by our creator or at the point of creation. Depending how you want to look at it, depending if you're religious or not. There are natural laws. I'm planning on going and riding my bicycle or surfing, Elliot Toney told CNN affiliate WJXT. But not everyone thought reopening the beaches was a good idea. Well, of course not. There is a potential for the virus to blow into the air, so I think it's a risk, Laura Mancini told the affiliate. You're in a wide open area. You're not in a confined space. The shit ain't going to be floating around, all right, where it can be airborne. It's not going to be floating around to where you would really get infected. Your risk is minimal. Wide open space. Officials aren't afraid to pull the plug on beachgoers if they don't abide by social distancing rules and beach restrictions, Atlantic Beach Mayor Ellen Glasser said in a press conference Friday. Yeah, but here's the thing. You let people go back. We're getting into especially with Florida, they're already into the beach season at this point. You're going to have people, if you close the beaches, saying fuck you, and they're going to do it anyways, and they're going to revolt. They're just going to do it anyways, and you're going to have a choice. You're going to send the police out there, and they're going to start bashing skulls to arrest people who are on the beach, or you don't. Those are your two choices. Because the people aren't going to bow down anymore. They're fed up at this point. This is not a time to lounge. This is not a time to party. This is a time where you need to exercise, keep moving, and then go home, Glasser said. Well, excuse me, but who are you the arbiter of when it's a time to do what? People are sitting on their fucking asses doing nothing. Why can't they do it with a decent amount of distance around them, okay, on a beach? Why can't they do that? Why can't they lay on a beach, and if they're with their family, because they've already been exposed to their family, why can't they all hang out one little fucking area and chill out on the beach, and, people who've been already exposed to each other do that, and keep their distance from others? There's nothing that says that can't happen. It is a time to party. You people are scaring and depressing everyone. Don't you think a party right now might cheer up a few people? Might, stop them from wanting to draw a warm tub and grab a fucking razor blade? Because, right now they're not working. They're not making any money. And you people are going, oh, well, you need to sit on your asses at home for up to 18 months. I mean, come on now. This is ridiculous. How they're treating this. This is like, you will do as I say. It's fuck the Constitution. Fuck, your inalienable rights. Fuck all it all. I'm the arbiter and you will do what I say. It's ridiculous. Parks will resume regular hours, but the city's orders limiting gatherings to fewer than 50 people remains in effect. So, wait a minute. Why can't they go on the beach in a group of less than 50 people? Explain that one to me. You've got an order that says you can have a group up to 50 people or less than 50 people, say 49. So you can have a group of 50 people. Well, 49 people, I mean. Why can't you do it on the beach? You're going to be a group of anyway. You'd be better off on the beach in a wide open area where there's, less chance of having the virus collect in a confined space to increase the chances of infection. Just a thought. Governor Ron DeSantis was criticized back in March for his handling of spring break and not closing the beaches sooner. As a result, he issued a safer at home order that went into effect April 3rd and is in effect till April 30th. The order limits movement outside of homes to provide or getting essential services or carrying out essential activities and applies to interaction with other people outside of residents' homes. And that wasn't good enough for them. They wanted like a shelter in place, not a safer at home. They wanted shelter in place. They wanted to be the Floridians to be told, stay in your homes because we said so. DeSantis supported the idea of reopening beaches, parks, and other public spaces as long as social distancing is practiced, WJXT reported. Yes, which is reasonable. That's more than reasonable. But you don't want to be reasonable. You want shit locked down. You want the country to go to hell in a fucking handbasket. Well, you're helping it along, speeding its way in that direction. You look at how this disease is transmitted. It's transmitted overwhelmingly when you are in close, sustained contact with people, usually in an indoor environment, DeSantis said. Going forward, we'll be promoting people to get exercise, do it in a good way, to do it in a safe way. Well, what about the fact of taking risk into your own fucking hands? If I want to choose to go someplace, I should be able to choose to go to that place. If others choose to go there as well, they know the risk. We know what the risks are. And what you're saying is that we can't make proper decisions for ourselves because we're too stupid to decide the way you want us to decide. And if we decide some other way, all right, it goes against what you want, and you don't like that fact. You want the people to comply. You want the people to do what you tell them. You don't want them to think for themselves and make their own decisions and own choices and so on and so forth. It's ridiculous. It truly is. I mean, this just goes to show that the people are fed up. They're going to the beach. They're sunbathing. They're doing the things they're not being, that they're not supposed to be doing, that they were told not to do. So, get a clue. This is only going to get more and more steam behind it. Where you see the numbers of people that are just done increasing. You're in a losing battle at this point. The American people want to get back to their lives. So, you know what? You got a choice. You can double, triple, quadruple down and have them get more and more pissed at you, or you can back the fuck off and basically look at the fact of being able to survive and live to fight another day. Those are your choices, because if you keep pushing this, you are literally going to see a point where the American people are just going to rise up and they're just going to say, screw you. And you're going to be basically screaming, just letting it out there for anyone to hear. And no one's going to be listening, and no one's going to care. You're even going to lose your little spurging, fear porn eating, Trump deranged little dipshits. You're going to lose everyone. If CNN and other outlets keep doing this, that's what's going to happen. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.